Ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? Once again, I'm Neff from Nav's Tac Bets, otherwise known as your friendly neighborhood basement dweller. Don't worry, ma'am. I am from the internet. Today we're checking out December 1981 Popular Mechanics with my spiritual guide, a little piece of amethyst. Anyways, apparently there was a time amethyst was more expensive than gold until a reserve of it somewhere in Canada was found. Once again, I frickin' love the art of the time, the 80s. Just one thing about The Rock. A computer, a microprocessor, is an electron dancing across a crystal. That's freaking amazing. Look at this Barclay dipshit. I'm sorry. He just takes it too far. He really does. He deserved that. I'm sorry. He looks like the kind of guy that would be your boss and actively go after your girl. The longer I look at this guy, the more I respect every farmer. Ladies, did your wife piss you off by buying you a vacuum? Well, you should piss him off by buying him tools. Oh boy, it would probably really upset him too if you bought him a truck. I wonder how that planer works. So I'm just going to take a stab at it and guess that it's a rotating blade. Kind of like, I'm not going to... I'm imagining a camshaft that ultimately has a blade on it that's swinging around and around. That is a planer, right? Yeah, a planer. Oh, check this out, guys. He got the RCA video disc system. I got one. So I knew this family that didn't have a very big house, but they had disproportionately a high amount of technology and stuff. And they had one of these. Freaking blew me away. If you seen the house, you would think that they didn't come from money. But if you seen the stuff that they had, you would know why they were very deep in debt. Okay, for cultural reasons, let's go through. Never heard of it. Never... Okay, so I've heard of it, never seen it. Pink Panther. The Pink Panther, was that that boring movie without the actual cartoon? And then they made the Pink Panther into a car. I gotta look up and figure out how that happened. And then Goldfinger, everyone knows Goldfinger, but I don't remember seeing her. If I did, I was bored. Never heard of it. Black Sock, never heard of it. Mary Tyler Moore. Oh, she had a show. I thought she was in... Yeah, shows what I know. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. My goodness. It's just... Okay, The Elephant Man, I've heard about this. In Greece, I've heard about that. But it's just so interesting when you think about Laserdisc. Wait, this isn't exactly a Laserdisc. This is a video disc. When you think Laserdisc, you think kind of in the future when you think video discs. It, oh, it wasn't the same, was it? Just the idea of a Western... country western being played on something new is interesting. Oh, frick, I love this. Leca. That's all I need. I don't need anything special. Hell, sometimes I don't even need air conditioning. Just hook me up with the frickin' car. Oh, yeah, I love the Black Velvet pictures. The ladies. Yeah. I got your nose. Legitimately, the only thing better than sexy women is any woman that has a love of animals. Especially white women. Geez, you know, she sells by the seashore. This woman even loves dead creatures. White women and creatures in nature, the goddess dancing around, sky-clad under a full moon. Wait, you're not supposed to know about that. That's a girl thing. So I knew a guy as a child, I shouldn't say as a child, as a teenager. My girlfriend's dad was, I thought he was more of a jerk than he was. He was a pretty big jerk, but he wasn't half the jerk I thought that he was. And once I understood some of the stuff that he was dealing with, I'll never forget, because his stuff always worked. And in a pinch, he kept the place clean. He kept the barn clean. He kept the house clean, warm, all that stuff. And he had one of these Dodge trucks, and the thing just always freaking worked. You had to put work into it, but there was never a point where he broke down on the side of the road. He had a Chevette for that. Man, that Chevette, the brakes on that thing never worked like they should have. That morose mofo was so daring, he was like, I can just switch VIN numbers on these things to other Chevettes and nothing bad will happen. Yeah, I remember. Then later on, as he was coming home from Guelph, I got a call and it was like, oh, the brakes stopped working. That was back in the day where if you scrimped and saved, you could get... They had a nice piece of land and an abandoned house that they had to make up on their own, and they did. Man, they did. Anyways, as I got older, I kind of understood the kind of shit that he had to go through. And I think that's a coming of age thing for most men, realizing the shit that your parents had to go through. I'm sorry, I had to pause on this because a little bit of me is silently angry that less and less kids understand why you have to do this, why you have to file down a spark plug. And it just seems so fundamental. I don't know much about cars, but I know exactly what this guy's doing over here. He's buffing up the spark plug, making sure that it's the right distance so that an electron can fire from here to there, and so it can ignite the explosive stuff, right? I just feel like our kids are so separated from everything, from farming, from reality, that stuff like this is getting away from us. And geez, even now after COVID, now as a father, I'm concerned that my children aren't able to... Oh, my boy was in kindergarten when COVID started, and I just don't know what the future is going to be like now. Sorry, I should move on. Yeah, maybe I could use a drink. Take the road to flavor in low-tar cigarettes. Man, you know, all those truck drivers out there driving down the road thinking, geez, I wish there was a low-tar cigarette. That is what I am concerned about as a man. I don't want to get demonetized, but I want to joke about the fact that father and son over there are wearing PPE. You know that you're past the 70s when people are wearing personal protective equipment. These days, there are a lot of people that will notice that in old photos, more people are smiling, and in videos, more people are smiling. And that's because back in the day, if someone was taking a picture of you or taking a video of you, it was a rare thing and you were kind of special. That's why people smiled. These days, if somebody pulls a camera out, it's almost creepy unless it's part of a particular event. All right, man. Are you ready for it? Here it is, the centerfold. The Chevy S10. Totally new for his pleasure. Chevy is the power in your balls. Oh, guys, I'm in love with this page on the right over here. Okay, so number one, we have a computer in a car. The scientific sense appeal, and a radio as small as a key. That sounds like a good idea, but you don't actually want it because the thing's going to fall apart and brakes going to be in your pocket. It's not going to work. It looks really good as a conversation piece. Checks everything in your car. So as a computer person, I don't trust any secondary computer that you plug into a car unless you are a mechanic. The day I became 18, I went into an adult novelty shop. I got carded, of course. Anyways, basically, that's why if you live in Texas soon, you might have to show photo ID if you want to get a marital aid. Laws are fun. Anyways, when I went into the store, I got talking to the guy behind the counter, real interesting guy, and he said, yeah, so there's this scientific pheromone that you can get. You put it in the bit and you spray it on yourself, and it makes all the ladies get going. But the problem is the smell that they put it with smells like smells that their grandpa had. So now the ladies are smelling their grandpa and they're getting all frisky, and it's really messing with their mind, and it puts them in horny jail. Holy frick, check it out. It's my ex-wife's cauldron. get 30 rednecks drunk, and you'll find one of them that will pilot it, and the rest will do whatever it takes to get that thing launched. God bless rednecks. God bless American rednecks. That's what I like to see. Advertisements where, the tools look like they've actually been used and they can handle being tossed in the back of the truck now and then. Winston's Ultra. This guy looks like he's got to take a dump and he's getting off like as quick as he can. Look at that. Who does that? That guy's, he needs to find a bathroom. So this is interesting. The Sinclair. I've never heard of this unit before. I wonder if these are one that you have to... Okay, yeah, it's one you'll have to build yourself. Whoa, look at the circuit board and how winding that is. Those things go everywhere. I'm really curious how these kind of circuit boards were made. Would these be made by robots, or would these circuit boards be made by, laborers in a foreign country? I'm used to straight lines. Man, I have so many questions. Now, if I want the answer, what I should be doing is acting like I know the answer, saying it, and then someone will be like, "Oh, you're wrong." Ugh. Okay, we got 8K basic. It's 8K basic. That makes sense. Basic seems to have been what was on the menu back in the day, eh? Well, geez, that's a hell of a way to get a plane to go. World's smallest aircraft carrier. Oh, I love it. No. Yeah, no. Let's move on. Some things let's not joke about. Oh, geez, could you imagine a homie showing up with a ghetto blaster that had a TV in it? Man, that would be frickin' something. None of these are true ghetto blasters like you see in like Friday the 13th or actual New York. But that TV is pretty cool. Remember back in the day when having a giant console kind of like this was a big thing? Off the top of my head, I'm not even sure what all of these... Like, you get the cassette, the record player, the... Oh, what the hell was the name of it? The amplifier. And then what would this be, an equalizer? Wait a second, you can do that? I could have pranked someone. I could have pulled off so many pranks. Oh, come on. What's the point in showing a gene advertisement if you're not going to have an ass? Even make it a man ass. But come on, this is a Hank Hill bum. Look at Bro Camel back here. Oh, man, there's no women in like 100 miles. So like a female wolf had to show up and appreciate him. It's always got to be a lady in these advertisements. December 1981. I'm Nev from Nestech, but like and subscribe if you like this stuff. Always appreciate it. Feel free to leave a comment busting my balls or teaching me something. Or if you have a memory about popular mechanics, lay it all out. I frickin' love it. I spend way too much time on the computer. I'm trying to reassociate with the real world, figure out farming, practical stuff. Thanks for listening, folks. Appreciate you guys.